before Thanksgiving travel rush is on. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and so far there are only about 600 flight delays, just 25 cancellations.
Right now, things are moving smoothly, but we're keeping a nervous eye on the weather.
Fox's Jonathan Ferry at Atlanta's airport the day after storms rolled through there,
forcing the temporary evacuation of the control tower. Another air traffic control site took over until staff were able to return about 10 minutes later. Now, as we speak, we're also keeping a nervous eye on the weather in the upper Midwest, where they have blizzard warnings issued. Snow expected to begin today and last through Black Friday.
Now, that's in Wisconsin and northern Michigan. There's also wintry weather now or in the forecast in parts of Minnesota, Ohio, and western New York, making driving difficult. And that's how most of the over 81 million Americans will go in what AAA predicts will be record Thanksgiving travel. A disaster in Hong Kong has gotten worse. It's now 13 people dead in a massive fire still burning through several high-rise apartment buildings. Others feared trapped. More than 700 people have been evacuated. President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff will go to Russia again next week, pushing a peace plan Ukraine's agreed to the core terms of after the president says they fine-tuned it.
You know what the deadline for me is? When it's over. And I think everybody's tired of fighting at this moment. They're losing too many people.
Israel's turned over 15 more Palestinian bodies the day after Hamas handed over a 26th dead hostage, Dror Or, whose body was held in Gaza after being killed during the October 2023 terror attack that triggered the war and ended by a ceasefire agreement. Hamas still has to return 2 more bodies to fully comply. Israel's gone on the attack in the West Bank.
It's being described as a wide-scale counter-terror operation in the northern West Bank. The raid involved the Israeli military and the country's Shin Bet security agency and targeted several Palestinian towns and villages.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox.
How to translate your military resume to civilian speak. This is a Money Minute from In Charge Education Foundation and MilitaryMoney.com. If you're fresh out of the military and seeking employment, get some help preparing your resume. Translating military work and accomplishments into something a civilian employer can understand may be the key to finding the right job. Putting your resume in civilian terms helps recruiters understand how your skills can be used by companies on the outside. Follow these tips to translate your resume into civilian speak. Translate job positions. For example, company commander should be operations manager. Spell out abbreviations and acronyms and translate their importance. Explain any awards and certification you may have received. Rank is important, but what's more important is relative rank, like second in command. Be sure to include any supervisory roles you may have had and how crucial your role was. Finally, ask some civilian friends or family members if your resume makes sense and if there's anything else you can do to clarify. This Money Minute is made possible by InCharge Debt Solutions. Visit us online at www.incharge.org.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
The Lakers won the late game in the NBA, a 5th straight victory, beating the Clippers 135-118. Luka Doncic with 43 points, 24 in the first quarter. He started 5 of 5 from three-point range. Orlando had no problem winning at Philadelphia 144-103, and in the only other game, Washington led Atlanta 31-8 in the first quarter and beat the Hawks 132-113. That ends a 14-game losing streak for the Wizards. C.J. McCollum with 46 points from three-point range. He was 10 for 13. College basketball wins for Michigan, Gonzaga, and Cal, which beat number 18 UCLA. In Vegas, number 3 Houston was upset by 17th-ranked Tennessee. Vols beat them 76-73. The Red Sox acquired pitcher Sonny Gray from the Cardinals, and in the new college football playoff rankings, the top 5 stayed the same, led by number 1 Ohio State.
The Eagle never sleeps. I'm exhausted. I'm dead for sleep. That's AFN the Eagle, serving America's best.
Time stood still, just like a photograph. You made me feel like this will last forever. Looking in your eyes, I see my whole life. Oh,